Start recording. All right. So as I was saying, really goal setting, I'm very passionate about goal setting. And I always give the example of weight loss because that is what I fight with all the time. And I'm going to use that example a lot of times today just to make some, some parallels and try to make it, I don't know, visual for everyone. But, you're now becoming opportunity makers, or you already are after our conversational skills, selling skills, everything that you've developed. Now with goal setting, we're going to work together to take the next step towards achieving your dreams all the time. And this really starts with setting goals. So let's talk a little bit about goals and if you would like to share, and I see that a lot of you are muted, so you can chat. Why do you think it is important to set goals? And I really want to hear from all of you. So let's start with you, Misty. Why do you think it's important to set goals?
I think it's important to set goals because not only does it give you something to look forward to and work towards, once you achieve a goal, the the what happens to you when you achieve a goal is just phenomenal. The feelings that you get, and yeah.
You couldn't have hit more in the thing that I really love what you said, because I think that when you set a goal, then you will know that you achieved it or you have not achieved it. And I think there's
Right.
two rewards that come together with a goal. There's the goal itself and the feeling of accomplishment. I couldn't agree more with you. I love that you share that. I saw it, that was on the top of my mind. So Donna, I don't know if we can hear you, but maybe you can type. Why do you think it's important, or why is it important to you to set goals? So who is Mango Limaid? And it's okay that you're late. We're glad that you're here. Oh, Sarah. Okay. Um, yeah. So, well, if you want to share, since you are typing already, why do you think it's important to set goals? And Linda, while Sarah is typing, would you like to share why is it important to you?
Well, I think usually when you set a goal, most of the time you have to write it down. And once it's written down, it's more concrete. It can't be changed or ignored.
Yes. All right. And I would add to that also, how about after you put it on the paper, it's in black and white, how about you share it? And, doesn't that make you feel, I mean, how when you share your goal, what does that make for you?
It makes you more, oh, I can't think of the word. My brain is still in a fog. Accountable, I think. It makes you more accountable.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, and that's what Donna's saying. Let's go back here to the chat. But yeah, that's exactly like if I'm going to tell someone, if I'm going to write down, I want to lose 20 pounds. I have it there on my paper, so every time that I'm going to take a bite, I can see the paper. And if I share it with someone or if I share it on Facebook, every time that I'm going to have that piece of cake close to me, I'm going to be thinking, okay, all these people are expecting that I achieve my goal. So definitely. Now, Sarah says it is important to be able to motivate yourself. You have to have a destination. I absolutely love that. And yeah, and that's what we're going to talk today about destination, where you want to be. Donna says goals help you get things accomplished. Definitely. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how to accomplish them and why having the goals, it's already a step towards accomplishing them. So we're going to talk about starting with your dream. We're going to talk about SMART goals. Do you remember what a SMART goal is?
Oh, what's it?
The S
Um,
for, it's for specific. And we're going to go through this in more depth. The M for measurable.
Manageable,
Yeah.
measurable,
And the A for attainable. And then the R for relevant. We want to be relevant to your business. And the T for time bound. So that's why we want to make sure, and we're going to spend some time talking about SMART goals. We're going to talk about our measures. We want to make sure that the goals that we have, we can check on them. Some thought starters, what to think about, and defining strategies. So, we have right now on the table, I'm going to introduce you to two great incentives. The ones at RepFest have already seen it, but we're going to dig into that today because they're so exciting. So I want to read a quote. From a truth fact here. Members of Harvard 1979 MBA program were asked if they had written down a clear set of goals, and only 3% of them had. 10 years later, the 3% that had written goals were earning, on average, 10 times more than the other 97% of the class combined. So why do you guys think this happened? And I would love to hear from from the ones that I haven't heard yet. Stephanie, if you can hear us, and Denise. Okay, anyone else that would like? Okay, Denise is saying here. If you write it down, you see. Whoops. You see it, so it is in your own. It's your mind more often to take the step to obtain it. Yeah, just as Missy was sharing earlier, when you have it there, it really makes you more accountable. And even if you share it with others, definitely, that increases. And Donna says, whoa, if you have a goal and have told anyone about it, you will follow through. Exactly. Definitely. That helps a lot. So thanks for sharing. So real indeed, everything starts with your dream. And that's the why. We've talked so much about the why, but it's exactly here where it starts. So your dream, I want to da-da-da by da-da-da. And what you would do is say, I want something and by when, because not only you want to write it down, but it's important to dream very big. Avon has helped many people achieve very big dreams. And for the ones at RepFest, or if you've been following on Facebook, you probably saw a lot of testimonials of amazing things and lives that have been changed. We heard of Tom Heller's daughter. She made everyone cry on stage. She talked about how she paid off her house, how Avon helped her pay for her honeymoon and take the honeymoon of her dreams, and how she did, after she graduated from art school, she realized that she could make a lot more with her business, and now she has a baby and she can, stay home with her daughter and everything. So what are some things that you have accomplished with Avon?
well, I've developed a downline that I wanted to make bigger.
That's good. And you just accomplished a share of the nesting program. And Donna, you've been with Avon for a long time. Tell us something that you've accomplished with Avon in the past. Everyone in this group has had a lot of accomplishments that I can remember of.
I don't want to talk out of order, but I was able to with a $500 bonus, pay off a small credit card, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I can think of here in the group, I know that Sarah earned the trip to Bahamas. Stephanie earned a bonus for promoting herself, her title. Donna earned a lot of bonuses and trips during her years. Denise, she got to donate all to the Children's Hospital. Yes, that's something really, really big. Wouldn't have done something like that on my own. That's a big accomplishment, and I know how important that is to you. And I hope this year we do it again. It's always nice to get there together and see those happy faces. So it's really important to determine specifically how your Avon business can help you achieve your dream, and so how much will be required. Putting it on a timeline and thinking, so when do you want that goal to happen? So that you can achieve your dream. So if you're thinking about a title, so how much time do you have to achieve a title? What do you need for it? And those are the things that are going to help you towards your dream. So this is one thing that I want to hear from all of you. You've told me about what your goals were, but what your dreams are. When we discuss on our one-on-one and to bring it again to our collaboration call, this is something that we want to bring back all the time. Now let's talk about the SMART goals. So as I shared before, really the SMART goals, it's about them being specific. And specific, it's really important. I mean, like if I take it again to the weight loss, it's about thinking, I could say I want to lose weight. And how will I know if I achieve my goal? I need to say I want to lose this many pounds. Or if you're talking about recruiting, you could say I want to recruit more. Do you think that's a specific goal?
No, you have to put in how many, set a goal as to how many.
Exactly. So you'll know if you've achieved them or not. That's absolutely right. And then it has to be measurable. So again, I cannot say, well, I want to lose weight until I feel better. I want to recruit until I earn more. It has to be measurable, like how much more and what is the title that I need? How much money do you want to be earning? So it needs to be measurable. And then it's very, very important that your goal is attainable. You want to make sure that what you are setting is something that you can do it, so it doesn't set you up for failure. And at the same time, you also want it to be challenging enough to motivate you to go for it. Then it needs to be relevant to your business. And this is so important because this will determine what activities you are doing and what you decide to drop or to continue doing. So if you're setting up goals that are relevant to your business, all the rest, you need to move it out of the way so that you are making sure that you make it happen, and that you are not spending your energies, your times, and everything in the other things. And then you want to make sure that that it's time bound, so that you have a time frame on when do you want this goal to happen. So as we discussed, if I say I want to recruit more, that is not a SMART goal. But if I say I want to recruit one person each month through the end of I got a message here. I don't know. Screen sharing is paused. Another window is on top. I got a crisis here. Hold on. There you go. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I think I fixed it. I don't want to lose this, but really, you want to define setting goals versus establishing a measurable set of targets that will enable you to reach your overall dream. And what goals are not, they are not discrete activities, they are not single actions, and they're not, high level concepts. They are really low level concepts itself. And so, for example, and I'm going to ask here Sarah right out of the spot. So when you went on your trip to Bahamas, what did you do, and what would you do different when you were setting the goal? And I'll give her a minute to type.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have a microphone, sorry. So I'm gonna be honest, when the Vacation Like a Boss incentive first came out, I remember looking at it and sharing it on Facebook saying, look at this great opportunity, but I never actually thought that I would actually earn it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest, I honestly didn't set a goal to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was trying, my best, but I didn't set a specific goal. So I would definitely in the future, with this cruise coming up, I want to set a goal and, break it down so that it's kind of baby steps towards reaching that goal. And yeah, I would do that this time around because last time, I'm just shocked that I did it. I was working hard, but I didn't have it organized.
Mm-hmm.
And have an action plan. So next time, that's what I'm going to do.
I really love that you're sharing that. I didn't expect you to say that. I didn't realize it was like that. But the thing is, during all these years with Avon, that I work with a lot of representatives who have achieved a lot of incentives. The incentives have been achieved in very different ways. And that is something actually that, I want to make sure that I bring up here today. Because when we talk about, setting goals and about growing your business, one thing that I want to invite everyone and to encourage to do is to think about your business in a different way. So when, instead of thinking of achieving one specific incentive, thinking of your business as a long term. And what are the goals and what are the planning that we're going to put in place that will help you grow a sustainable business so that you are not back struggling. And examples that I can give is a lot of times representatives achieve a title and earn the first campaign bonus, and they struggle a lot to maintain the next ones. Or they recruit the sister, the daughter, the significant other, everyone to achieve an incentive, but as long as they achieve the incentive, all the people drop and you're back to the business where it was. And I'm not saying that there's a right or a wrong way to achieve an incentive. I'm just saying that the incentives are actually set in place so that they can support you and motivate you to build your legacy, a business that can continue through generations in your family and can be your retirement money. You'll have to decide whether you want to get dinner or you want dinner and your retirement for a lifetime. So this that you're saying, it's very very, I don't know how to say this. It's very important today that we are talking about setting the goals, and we're going to talk about earning the cruise and how to set the goals for that. And then our next model is about planning. So, that's about it. It's not only about growing, but it's about how to grow so that really you're building something that is solid and that you are not all the time like dropping back and then back up and then back down. So that's what, that's what all this program is about, basically. And there really is no reason why everyone in this group could not earn the incentives or could not be in the cruise. And I know that for some, they have not yet heard everything about the cruise, but really you are in the best position having this, 13-week program to do it. So I feel like I'm missing some pages here. I'm sorry. but no, I'm not. So we talked about smart goals. Now we're going to talk about our measures. So these are key metrics that really ensure that our goals are specific and they're measurable and they are relevant. So let's talk here about an example. Um, did something happen? Can I add something? Yes, of course you can add something.
I didn't want to cut you off there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But I just wanted to say that, you know, earning the incentive, like I said, I didn't have really goal sets. It wasn't like that the whole time. Towards the end, you know, you were telling me that, you know, it's really going to be achievable if we just, you know, make sure we monitor each step. And you really helped me a lot with the goal setting towards the end. So I didn't want it to sound like, you know, I just magically earned the Bahamas trip. There was definitely some goal setting in there. But it was just towards the end. So I'm really glad that you helped me with that because otherwise I probably wouldn't have achieved it. So.
Well, thanks for bringing this up because I mean, I know how hard you worked. But this brings me another example to that. So a lot of times, you know, without setting the goal, at the end of the, you know, we get to the end and we go out hunting. It's like, you know, you get all prepared and you go out hunting to get that last recruit that you need, those sales that you need, and it's like a desperate situation, you know, to go get it. And again, there's value in everything that you earn, and you deserve everything that you earn with Avon. However, if we do it more like planting seeds, and that does not mean not working hard, but planting seeds all the time, so that you know you have a forest, and you know instead of going out hunting for dinner today, you have you know all this that you've planted and that you can collect over the years. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, if it makes sense. So when we were talking about the key metrics and you know, to ensure that our goals are specific and that they are measurable and they're relevant, we really have two sets of goals. The ones that are most directly tied to our dream, and those are the personal goals. And that's where we want to begin, you know, because whether it is earning a title or earning a certain amount of money, how many generation one appointments we want, how much you know sales we want to have. Um, our teams help us achieve our earnings and title goals. So our next step then is going to be to move to the team goals. So and that is when we start looking into okay, what's the number of generation one to generation three sales leaders that I need to achieve my dream? How many team new appointments that are not specifically in my first generation? How many team registered number of recruits? The activity, you know, how many orders, how many average order size, how, you know, what are the team sales that I need? And this is what is going to give you the commission, what's going to help you with your title, and all those things that are going to ultimately help you with your earnings and whatever incentive it is to achieve your dream. And after our measures, so we're going to talk about, you know, doing the activities that will help you grow in a sustainable way that we were talking about. So this takes you to really think of, you know, when we say long term, where do you want to be from here to a year, you know, in 26 campaigns? Where do you want your business to be? And the first thing that you need to consider, of course, it's your dream. Do you want to achieve your dream in the next year or, you know, in a longer term? So what is you know my intermediate goal for 1 year? So if you want to say I want to retire with Avon, but it's not going to happen in 1 year because I'm not in retirement age, then you want to think, okay, in 1 year, where I want to be towards my retirement dream. Um, Another important consideration is really your time. So how much time you are able to commit to your Avon business. This is huge because if you set a goal and for that goal you need to work 40 hours for Avon, but you already have a 50, 60-hour full-time job, it's going to be very frustrating because you're not going to be able to accomplish that. So, and that's when it has to be attainable. We go back to attainable. Um, And on the other hand, if you say, well, I only want to do, 2, 3 hours, but you could do a lot more, then maybe you're not going to be motivated enough, to your goal. So how much time you can commit to your Avon business is very important. The other thing is always you want to look back into your past. So see when you had another goal or when you achieved another goal or when you did not achieve another goal, what were the things that were working? What were the things that were not working? So I would love to hear from you, about that. Why do you think it's important to reflect on your past performance?
Well, I think it kind of goes along with that old saying, if you continue doing what you've been doing, you're only going to get what you got. So if you want to go further or make something expand on that, you have to do something different.
Yes, definitely. Can you remember one situation when you did something and it did work?
Probably, when I got the first recruit, I had talked to other people and I just, I always got the no, or I just didn't ever hear from them again or whatever. And then after talking with Judy and some of the other gals in the group, I basically just sat down and started asking her questions, getting her to talk rather than me doing the talking, and trying to give her all the pointers of the business, let them do the talking, and that seemed to work better, and she signed up. So
Yay, that sounds like conversational selling. Yeah, awesome. Well, so those are the things that you want to make sure that you continue doing if they were successful. And then again, if you have things that you've tried, like when you said that you were doing all the talking and that did not work, so those are the things that you do not want to do. Um, or for example, Sarah finally earned the trip. I mean, finally, no, she did, and with great hard work, she did earn the cruise. But if she hadn't, one thing that she knows that she wants to do different is not wait until the end and start planning from the beginning. So those are the things that you need to consider, especially what we are saying, or maybe what I said in the past. Maybe you recruited someone that was not interested in the business, but just did it for, I don't know, I don't want to give that example, but just whatever, when you did something to achieve a goal or an incentive, and that only helped you towards the incentive, but it did not help you towards your long-term goals of your business, that's something that we want to change itself. So, and then, how much will each generation one appointment impact your business? And this is something very important to consider as well. How your generation one appointments can affect your sales, how they can impact, your orders, your average order, everything. And especially if when we are doing new appointments, we are teaching them to sell, how that in a long term can really impact your long term goals. But once that we've set the long term goals for yourself, you want to make sure that your team goals will ensure your personal success as well. And for that, you want to consider, what does your team need to achieve in order for you to reach your personal goal? So how many orders? What are the sales? What are the average sales? How many leaders you need in generation 1 to generation 3? How many new team appointments? How many team registered recruits? How many? What's the average order size, or what's the total sale? So, those are kind of the goals that are measurable and can help you build your smart long-term team goals. So also consider here, what were your team's past results? What has been happening? What are your team's best opportunities for growth? So what things have not been working that you can help your team grow? Where do you want to focus your efforts with your team this year? So are you wanting to help them become leaders? Are you wanting to develop new presidents club and make sure that they stay forever, that they are making money, that they earn 40% as well? All those things are, part of the team's long-term goals. And once that you've set your year-long goals, it's time to break it down. And why do you think it's important to make incremental, you know, separate or break it down in smaller goals for the next 6 campaigns, so every 3 months? And I'd love to hear from everyone else, from Misty or Denise, if you can type. Stephanie, we know that you're on the phone, so I don't think you can type, but maybe you can share. Donna? So I'll give you a minute here while I drink a little bit of water. Okay, well, who can I hear from? Can I hear from you, Sarah or Misty?
I would just say that, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I would say that we need to do short-term goals first, because it's more motivating once you achieve a small goal, that you have the motivation to keep going, and so you don't get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep, that's right. And that's exactly. And if I take it back to, to the trip to Bahamas, and we're going to talk soon about the next one. When you break it down, it's a lot easier to accomplish a small steps rather than, at the end trying to do everything. If you're trying to lose weight, if you want to lose 20 pounds and you wait until, you don't do anything, you don't have a plan for the first 3 months, you just want to lose 20 pounds, in the year, then you're going to be in the last 3 months and you'll have to lose them all together, and that's very hard. So Donna here is talking about her short-term goals. I need to put in the hours it takes to keep my team on track and keep adding to it. And she says, I have been trying to talk with someone at least every day. Well, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So, but what is your goal? So how many people do you want to recruit? And that is kind of what we are trying to figure out today. So, it's what we want to be talking to people, at least every day. But we want to see, okay, until I get how many, because if you have a goal of how many you need to recruit, you won't stop until you've talked to as many people as you need to achieve your goal. So consider, what do you need to achieve to stay on track and reach your long-term goals? What season is it? Can you expect more or less from your business this time of the year? And Donna says, oh gosh, I don't think I'm going to limit that goal. Oh, awesome. I mean, that's great that you don't want to limit, but remember that you want to make it measurable. So going again, I mean, if I say I want to recruit as many people as I want, it's not the same as saying I want to recruit at least 20 people from now until the end of the year. That is basically what I'm trying to say. The goal is not your top, it's your minimal. Basically, I want to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year, but it's not like, okay, I lost 20 pounds and I'm done. I can continue getting healthy and doing other things. That is kind of the point. And so that, I mean, the time of the year for recruiting and for increasing sales, it's really good. And talking to people are out a lot more and shopping and all that. So where do you plan to focus your efforts, and I think Donna already figured that out. Can you focus on growing your team now, which will possibly impact your business in the long term? So, what else should you consider when you're setting your goals for the next 6 campaigns? Do you have any other additional consideration to this?
I think that if we help others reach their goals on our team, in the long run, that'll help us reach our goals as well.
Yes, Misty, definitely. Maybe your goal could be to develop others, so that then you can achieve your goal. That is excellent. And that can be, in the short term, or it can be in the long term. Maybe in the long term, you are thinking, I want to become a gold leader. So in the next 6 campaigns, you are going to select, who you are going to work with and help them develop to silver ambassadors. Does that make sense? So you have a short-term goal that it's aligned with your long-term goal.
Yes, that makes sense. Yes.
And that's, actually you're putting together what we discussed about you. So you have your personal goal, just as you're saying, to grow your business, to promote your title, that, it's aligned to your team goals, which are, to have others promote and recruit themselves so that then you can promote yourself and achieve your dream. That is excellent. That's exactly what we are trying to get to here. Thanks for sharing. So I'm sorry that some of you are on the phone, but I hope you can hear this. So we are going to cruise like a boss. Are you guys excited about this?
Yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. This is like the best trip ever. It's an all-inclusive cruise to Bermuda, and this is on April 28th to May 3rd. To join all your fellow beauty bosses for a once-in-a-lifetime experience aboard of the Royal Caribbean Anthem of the Seas. And, we'll have a welcome private party and surprise gatherings and a lot more. And, the ones at RepFest, and again, if you've been watching some of the videos, you've seen how New Avon takes everything to the next level. We are not kidding here. And, it's very achievable. It's a long term because this goes until campaign 6. It starts in campaign 20 and it goes until campaign 6 of next year. So it's a 6-month incentive. However, it does need to be set as a goal, and we will need to do some planning towards this goal to ensure that everybody achieves it. And Denise says, yes, I know, Denise, you already chose your cabin here from the picture, right? You said, I'm staying in this one. I know you are. So these are different ways that you're going to earn points. This is very similar to what we had for the Bahamas. So you can earn points from your personal sales. You will earn from recruiting either from Alma source or personal source. Of course, personal source are going to be double points than the Avon source recruits. And this is what I really, really love. This is how you can earn the trip very much easily. So every time that your recruit places a second or additional orders of $150, you get 100 more points. And this is what the first thing that came to my mind is Kickstart. If you walk all your new representatives to achieve Kickstart, gosh, you're going to have these 12 orders. All the campaigns, the 12 campaigns of the incentive, 100 points more for each one. And probably, very likely, if they hit Kickstart, they're also going to promote to ambassadors. So that's 500 points for mentoring someone to promote their title. And guess what that's going to make for your business? If you are mentoring representatives to advance in title, you are going to promote your title. And then you have another 1,000 points for yourself. Before I move to the next slide, I do want to show you here the things that, what you need for it. So your first 1,500 points, you're going to earn an Avon Beauty case. So there's prizes all along the way, because since it's 6 months, we want to make sure that, you also have short-term goals to start achieving. When you achieve your 3,000 points, you get the Avon tote. When you achieve your 4,500, you achieve your carry-on suitcase. So see, you are getting ready for the cruise. And then when you have your 7,000 points, you achieve the cruise for yourself with all-inclusive. Then when you get to 1,100 points, you can bring a guest with all-inclusive as well. So what do you guys think about this? Linda, are you in?
Oh, yeah, I'm in. I showed it to my husband today, and he said he'd go if I made it.
We gotta bring your husband, right?
Yep, right.
Somebody says, me, can you hear me? But I don't know who me is. So I think it's maybe Stephanie. He didn't volunteer to help you, says Renee. Linda, did you ask your husband if he's going to help you achieve your goal, the cruise?
Well, yeah, I told him he'd have to help me.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. And Denise says she has already been crunching numbers on what it would take each campaign to get it. I love it. That's exactly what you're gonna do. And knowing Denise, she's already figured it out, and she exactly knows what she's gonna do and how she's gonna do it. So I know Denise is on board. Linda's on board. Sarah said here, of course. How about you, Donna? Are you on board? And well, Donna, I know that Donna needs to type, so I'm going to move to the next slide here and give you an example of how you can achieve it. Oh, Steph says, I'm in. Okay, there you go. So there's 8 of us here today. Let's meet there. And I really hope that you are planning on bringing someone special this time. Steph, I don't think I can hear you, but I can read you, so that's good. Maybe you're muted. You are. I don't know if we can unmute you. But this is an example that Renee actually today put together, and I love it. So, when you plan on having at least $300 sales each campaign, which, I think everyone here in the group is achieving this at least. That alone, make sure that you don't have any orders that's below that. That's 1,300 points. And 7 personal qualified recruits, so that they place a $150 order in their first or second campaign. That's 300 points each. That's 2,500. Then who each sell over 150 a campaign for 12 more campaigns. And as I shared before, all you have to do is walk them through Kickstart, teach them how to sell, and they're going to do more than 150 each campaign. Then, mentor to silver ambassadors. If you are walking 7 personal qualified new recruits to hit their Kickstart incentive, you're definitely going to have, new ambassadors, and then work with them to move them to silver ambassador. So the same 2 representatives that move from nothing, from being new to being moved to silver ambassador, that's 2 titles that you're mentoring. And that, of course, is going to help you promote to bronze leader. So that's 14,800 points. And really, we're talking about 6 months. Ladies, I have no doubts that all of you can recruit 7 in August in 6 months. What do you guys think? Do you guys have doubts?
I feel like when I saw the requirements for the Bahamas trip, I didn't think it was achievable. I mean, I thought, yeah, maybe, but I didn't think I could do it. So, I mean, now seeing it all put out, it might seem challenging, but once you just try your best and stick to those short-term goals, I think that we could all do it.
Yeah, it's recruit one person and a half a month. And Stephanie, she during Rep Fest and when she came back, she already has 2 new recruits and that are for Campaign 20, by the way. And she said that she's talking to 2 more. So there, she already has 4 out of the 7 right there. This is a lot more achievable than you think. And we put here that one thing it's really aligned to the others. You are already on the sales. That $300, you just need to focus on not missing it. The 7 qualified new recruits, if you go with those 7 qualified new recruits and you walk them through Kickstart, all the rest is going to happen. Okay, and you do not need to stop on the 7, of course. And there is something else here. You are not only going to earn the trip, but guess what? For every recruit, you're going to earn additional 3% of their sales. You can earn the $20 for recruiting them. Every time you mentor them, you're going to have a bonus. Every time when you advance to bronze leader, you're going to have your $1,000 bonus, $1,500 bonus. So this trip is not going to come only with the trip. It's going to come with a lot of cash for you guys. And not only that, but also we have another incentive lined up with this one. The important thing is, just as Sarah was sharing, it's important to keep track. If you are going to start tracking this incentive or thinking about it in campaign, I mean, if you start in campaign 25, you're going to be so busy with your Christmas sales that you're not going to start until campaign 1. And doing this incentive in 6 campaigns, it's doable, but it's going to put a lot more stress, and you're going to go out hunting, as we've been talking, rather if you start tomorrow. Just right now, we're already recruiting for campaign 20, so now is the time to start planning for this. Remember, we do need to plan so that by campaign 6, you can collect everything that grew through that. And guess what? By the time you go to the cruise, you're going to have a very steady income coming from being a bronze leader and all these teams that you've grown. And it's going to be a long-term team because you've taught them how to sell. They're going to be on their way to President's Club, and this is where your future. This is where you're building a house out of bricks and not out of straws, and it's going to be sustainable. And this is all that that I wanted to really make sure that I can get this message out to you today. So, and together with that, you can also earn a Mini Cooper. And I think that Sarah has a hint that she's already made it because she picked the color that belongs to our region.
Purple's my favorite color, by the way.
So you got to earn this car, right?
Yeah.
And still, I have to say that Stephanie and Denise and Linda, everybody looks beautiful in the car here too. How are you going to earn this car? So there's going to be an entry for a drawing every time that you increase by $100 over last year's sales from the same campaign. So it has to be over $300. So when you are achieving your $300 for to earn your points for the cruise, you are already going to achieve, an entry for the car. Then every time that you have your recruit that qualified, you're going to have a point, a ticket into an entry into the car. Also, save the date on October 28th. It's unofficial yet, but we are going to have a workshop a road show to go. It's going to be called Drive Like a Boss workshop. And by attending the workshop, that of course it's going to be free and it's going to be in Omaha, you're going to get another entry to earn the car. So as you see, everything is really aligned one to the other. So once you set your goals, it's important to reflect on them and ask yourself questions like, are your goals attainable? Can you stretch your goals a little bit further? Do your short terms are really aligned with your long-term goal? will you make enough incremental progress in the next 6 campaigns to achieve your goals, so that by the end of campaign 26, you are you achieve your dream and your 26 long-term goal. So, and here's the thing, this is really for you to stop and look and see, okay, how am I doing with this? Because if you need to realign, it's okay. It's okay. What other questions do you think you could ask yourself to check on the goals?
Well, you could be referring back to Vibe all the time and see how everybody's doing, or if somebody's struggling with the issues of orders or not getting enough orders.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, can you always think, can you stretch your goals even further from that? Can you try to, did you set a goal too low for the orders? Do you need, to set a higher goal to help them so that you can achieve? So really, that is the thing, you need to stop and say, okay, am I setting the bar too high? Am I setting the bar too low? And again, make sure that they are smart goals. And if they are not, okay, so I did this wrong, I'm going to adjust and do it again. Or it is not relevant anymore. So you need to move to a new goal, and that's perfectly fine. So once that your goal,
Elena?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I don't want to break where we're at, but that graph that you had up about, showing up like from campaign 20 through campaign 6,
Yes.
where did you get that, or can we get copies of that so that we can use it?
Yes. Are you talking about the tracking?
That one, yes.
Yes, and I'm actually working on building a specific one. I can send you this tonight when I send out some of the things that I'm going to share it. So you have this and you can start checking. My idea is to send you something that you can check more specifically where you're getting the points from. I'm sure that Avon will come up with something, some tracking also on the at dearavon.com. But I will send you this tonight, and I will send you something that I think it's going to be a little bit more specific. But it's so important to track your performance all the time so that you make sure, that you are going towards your goal.
Right, right. Thank you.
You are so welcome. So as I was saying, you have your goals now. So now it's time to think about how we're going to achieve them. And for this is what we talk about, the strategy. So what is the strategy, guys? What do you think a strategy is?
Your step-by-step plan of how you're going to achieve your goal.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to say, so what's the difference between that and action plans?
Well, your strategy is what's going to be the best way for you to achieve it. Like what works the best.
Exactly. So, and some thought starters here are possible strategies to continue doing things that have proven successful, or to do more of of your most productive activities, or doing things that stop doing. Definitely stop doing the things that you do not produce any results. Try new things. So those could be strategies. Now, there are high-level set of activities, not detailed set of activities. And we're going to talk about the set of activities to do when we talk on our next model, about planning. So it's a little bit different from action plans. And that's why I wanted to make this, differentiation, because first you're going to have your strategies to then build your action plans to be able to execute. So think about your personal goals, how you will achieve your title goal. So to put in another thing, like a strategy would be, well, recruiting this many people by just as Linda was sharing, using my conversational selling skills. How will you increase your earnings? You could say, also using the conversational selling skill um, to achieve. I'm sorry, this is your personal goals, not well. Generation one could be your recruits, but how you're going to use your conversational selling skills to sell more, to guarantee that you are going to earn your 40% or more every campaign, and how you will identify potential new representatives. So what things are going to do to identify them? And then when you think about your team goals, how will you help them increase their total orders? What things can you do? And we've talked about like doing team meetings, doing more videos, connecting with them, trying to, to connect and get their why, things like that. And something also very important here, another strategy would really be to take a look into your team all the time, see who can you identify to be your next promoter, who can be, the next person that's going to start their team and is going to start recruiting. So those are the kind of things. So for all these, and this model has this application guide. I did not send it in advance in purpose because I did not want to confuse you. And this is a very thorough analysis of your business and a very deep way of setting goals. I want to encourage to do it. And, you can send it to me by email and we can discuss this on our one-on-one, or we can set a specific meeting to do this and even to fill it together if you feel like. There's also this requires to dig deeper in your business, and I also have the resources on where to find information for this. Um, and I will send you I will send you the instructions. I will send you this, and I will also send you a glossary of our measures, so that you can develop. But what I will send you also, and I would like you to give to me before our, to email back to me before our one-on-one, so we can definitely talk about this. It's about how, setting a goal to achieve the cruise like a boss. I mean, I've heard from all of you that you want to go. Linda wants already to go with take someone, and whether your goal is to achieve it for one or just to achieve it for two, I want you to work on this guide, which is a lot simpler, yet it will be very, very productive and very relevant to this timing. So first thing is to know the incentive. So, I will attach the launch guide, although this is already at gmail.com. I'm going to attach the tracking and all the information that I have. Determine your goals. So aim for the highest reward and calculate your goals, sales, recruiting, whatever it's important to this. So, and this is everything basically. It says it's recruiting, it's title advancement, develop your action plan. So we're going to talk about specific dates. And what I want to do here is like also about what are some goals that you want to achieve in the short term. So are there multiple levels or components? Who are the key players in your downline? So can you look into your downline and see, who can be, who are the people that you need to motivate to sell? Who are the people that you can work with to develop their teams? Then launch a plan. So is it a group meeting? Is it an individual review, just an action plans? What do you have to do? So how many sales, how many bottles of fragrance you need to sell, how many recruits? Do you need an extra team incentive? And then review, so schedule regular checkpoints for follow-up with the participants and track your performance. And that's where, that form will gonna be. But if I send you that form, and you will need to make sure that you use it, and that every campaign, every time you have one recruit, every time that they achieve their sales goals, every time that they have $150, you are keeping track of that. And that is really, really important. And you do not need to wait until the end of the campaign. I would actually go and check the day after they place the order, because you still have time to impact it if that's the case. And then, of course, you're going to achieve the incentive and earn the rewards. Any questions about this? No? Okay. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. And I'll be glad to answer. Our collaboration call, it's on Thursday of next week at 8 p.m., as always. And this is going to be our icebreaker question. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Maybe it's the Bermudas. So be ready to share this, and we're going to be ready to discuss about what we talk on our one-on-ones about how to achieve this incentive. Do you guys have any questions or any comments, anything else that you'd like to add? So make sure that when you are setting your goals, you set them high enough to inspire you, but at the same time, as we said before, make them attainable enough so they are encouraging. Believe in yourself, because I know that everyone in this team can really do it, and what you're capable of. So we will get, more tactical, just as we discuss about, the planning things and on how you will achieve your goals in our next model. So I would love to hear, if your dreams have changed from the first time that we talked about them, to hear what your new dreams are, and what are your goals that you're setting to achieve your dream. Have a great evening, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, you know what? Before I go, I actually would like. I almost forgot about this. Totally. Okay, I want you to leave a few minutes for everyone that was at Rep Fest to share what was your most aha moment, or your favorite takeaway from the event. Steph, we could hear you a second ago.
Okay, I was gonna say that it was a lot of information, but it was just exciting. I'm really excited about the Avon University, where it will, for new representatives, like create a training for them, and then one for you to follow along with them as a leader.
I couldn't hear you. It's okay. It's okay. We can hear her too, and we love her.
Okay. All I was gonna say, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I liked the update for the Avon University, where it's gonna provide training for new representatives, as well as a plan for you to follow along with them as their upline.
Yes, yes, that new Avon University, it seems like it's going to be amazing. They're putting so much, like, smart people doing it, and they're getting really creative and modeling from the best of the best. I'm very excited with that too. Linda, what was your favorite thing from RevFest?
Well, I'm sure that the younger generation is going to laugh at me, but the thing that really got me excited is that we are going to get help with the computers, the Facebook, the Googles, and all of that stuff. We're going to have those classes to learn more how to get our business out on those and promote ourselves more with that. And I'm really excited about that because I struggle with that on a daily basis.
Yeah, and Donna says, "Yay!" And when
Yeah.
yes, when this guy was talking, I texted Donna but you know what? I mean, I use Facebook all the time, but seriously, I felt like I was doing it all wrong. This guy, the things that I can't wait for his. I think it's an 8 week or 13 week. I don't remember exactly what the program is going to look like, but his sessions, I can't wait for them. He said things that were so important and so relevant, and it's not about doing more. And I loved when he said, it's like, you post all the time, like Avon, 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 Avon. It's like if you were face to face with a person, you would say, "Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've been doing it so wrong." So
That's right.
so today I posted a picture of my son with the hat that I brought from Nashville, and I'm trying to make it more personal, because it's not all about, people want to hear they're going to be interested in me, and then they're going to become interested in why I am an interesting person, rather than, I'm not interesting because all I do is tell you bye, bye, bye. So I thought he was amazing. Thanks for sharing that. So Sarah, what were you most excited about?
Just like Denise posted, I was most excited about the health and wellness Aspira products. I was pretty much on the edge of my seat, literally. Like, I've been searching all over the internet before we went to RepFest, trying to see if somebody had leaked information, because I just needed to know so bad what it's going to be, because I knew it was going to be great. And I'm just really impressed with what they decided to come out with and the care that they're taking with it, making sure it's all natural and everything, so that we can get behind it and really offer our customers something great. And then I'm just really excited that we can be like a one-stop shop now. I mean, we kind of already are, but now adding health and wellness to it. I heard somebody say we can help make you beautiful inside and out, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, that was my favorite part, especially the fact that we got free supplies of it so that we can try it and relate that to our customers when it comes out in January.
Yes. I could speak for hours on that. And I know Denise too, because she already posted a lot about how excited she was about it. But to your point, I feel like we can be, a jewelry designer, a makeup maven, or we can be a fashionista, or we can be a health expert. So really right now with Avon, you can be whatever you want, because we have, such a wide product line. So yeah, beauty inside and outside. So hopefully driving a beautiful Mini Cooper too, and cruising like
Right.
boss, right?
Right. Just to add to that, the last day before we left, Patty Saar, one of the gals in my group, she and I ran into Scott, and we were telling him how, we were all excited about the health and wellness. And he said that Friday, they are amongst themselves at National, they're starting a challenge. They're going to have a contest to see who can lose the most and get the healthiest in a certain amount of time. So that would be something we could all do as well.
Yes. And guess what? I mean, you could do it with your team as well.
Right, right.
It's actually a great team building activity, if you want to set up that with your team. I love it. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing. I had no idea, but yes, I mean, I can imagine today with social media and everything, people sharing the before and after and the during. And the thing that got me most excited about the health line is that, the guarantee that there's not going to be any preservatives, any artificial, and that absolutely everything is natural. And I haven't taken any of those, shakes and things and like that, because I'm just not, I don't know, I just cannot, I don't feel right about the synthetic. So to me, this is a big thing. I feel very confident and proud to sell.
Right. I'd like to share too, on the way home, Judy got a text from somebody. Judy Thompson, my upline, and somebody put on there that we sell Avon to survive and we recruit Avon to retire.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, I said I did too. I thought I should put that on a piece of paper up above my desk.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. It's very motivating.
Yes.
I used to have a representative, that told me that many, many years ago. And in other words, she would say, you know what, I sell, when I sell, I am working. When I am recruiting and working with my team, I am managing a business. I am a business owner.
Yeah.
So either selling is work and managing a team is being a business owner. That's like, just how she always put it. And it's kind of the same. Yes. And and your team, that's what was discussed a lot there. It's such a residual income for that can go generation after generation if built the right way. We've also had a little sneak peek into the additional, I should say, because it's not new, it's additional earnings into the leadership program. And I mean, everything since New Avon, promised a year ago in RepFest, everything that has been incorporated to the business has reflected in your pockets towards earning more. So I am very excited for our future, and it has already started. So with that said, thank you so much for sharing. I will see you all in Bermuda. No, I'm just kidding. First, I'll see you next Thursday, or first, I'll see you on the one-on-ones next week. Have a great evening. Thank you for staying this long. I'm sorry it went like 15 minutes, but this was really important to share. And Denise says, well, we have something else from Denise before I hang up since she's muted. She said, I'm really excited about the launch of the Superior. So, okay, taking mine today. All right, everyone. Good night. Thank you.
Good night,
night.
Selena.
Thank you.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
Good night. What happened? Go get your binky. Go get your bink.